Where's the combination key? Combination, oh, here we go. Shift 8C2 times what? 0.1 raised to the second times 0.9 raised to the what power? The 6th power. See how I just entered everything in there? I entered it all there in my calculator. And then I'm going to hit equal. And what does it give me? 0.14880348. Approximate this answer to the nearest thousandths. I guess it's a 0.14 what? 9. .149. Okay? So you guys are going to spend some time doing what? Getting to know your calculator. The 4th question we already did. The 5th question, less than 2. What does less than 2 mean? You guys want to tell me? Probability that x is less than 2. What does that mean? P of what? 0. P of? Do we include the 2? Good. 2 is not less than 2. So if I know P of 0, hey, guess what I do? Where is it? 0.43. If I know P of 1, guess what I do? Where is it? 0.383. What do I do with these values? Good. What do you get as the final answer? Point what? Is that point 0.813? So the probability that I will select less than 2, well, if I select how many 8 students, the probability that less than 2 is left-handed is 0.813. So you could do this all day. You see why we looked at the notation last week and said, what does less than 2 mean? P of 0, P of 1. What does more than 2 mean? P of 3, P of 4. You see why we did the notation last week? And everybody went and they did their homework. And they go, okay. See why we did notation last week? Because this week, what you have to worry about isn't the notation and what less than 2 means. You worry about the formula, binomial. Yes. And finally, question 6. Let's see if you're awake. Anybody awake? For a drink of my coffee. For a swig of the coffee, what's the expected value? What is it? Huh? You don't want to drink my coffee? Okay, you don't have to. What's the answer then? Eddie. See what I mean? Anybody know the answer to this question? What's the expected value? Expected number? What do you think? What can I offer them, Ed? What else? Offer them extra credit for the right answer? Yeah, that's a good idea.
You add them, right? Like this. Is this what you do to chart?
What can I give away? extra credit. For Yowzi's engagement ring. You just went, during break, I know, during break she called him and she gave it back to him. Because she felt bad, right? She goes, I didn't know how to give it back to you, so here it is. Yes, it's 0.8. How did you get that so fast?
It's n times.
I was even looking at the board here. Didn't I give you a fact about the binomial? Jeez. You guys didn't even see what I was doing. What is n in this case? Good. N is 8 in this case. What was p? On a test, I guarantee you I will ask you that question. And you want to know what some of you guys are going to do? You're going to build this chart. You're going to do this. You're going to go, oh, I know what you're going to do. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You go, oh my God, how many is like 8? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you go, oh, p of 0, 0.43. P of 1, 0.383. P of 2, 0.149. And you're going to start sweating. And you're going to look at me and you're going to give me that look that students usually give me. That look of hate. Like, the disgust look. You guys know that? Why are you going to give me that horrible look, that ugly face? Because you think you have to do what? Apply the binomial 8 times, multiply those values, and add all those values. You're going to look at the clock and you go, you're going to give me 5 minutes to do this? You're going to give me that ugly look that I get on test day. And then what am I going to do to you? I'll give you that ugly look back. You want to know why I'm going to give it back to you? Because all you had to do was multiply 8 with 0.1, and you had 5 minutes to do it. See what I mean? This is a true story. One time on a test, I had a student, I remember. It was a binomial, you're having 8 children, and I asked the question, 2 questions on that test. What's the probability of having at least 3 questions. So what's the probability of having no girls? And then I asked question 2, what's the probability of having at least 1 girl? Adriana, you're going to remember that one. At least 1 girl. And question 3, give me the expected number of girls. Okay. The student was working on the problem, and she ran out of time on the test. And she had to turn in her test. And after the test, she was so mad, she was crying. So, you evil man. She was crying. She goes, how did you expect me to answer this question? I only got this far. That time I got to this, like P of 7. And I couldn't even answer 2 of those questions. I only had P of 0. You know what I said? I said, okay. But all you had to do to answer question 2, it's a probability of at least 1 minus P of 0. You just did that one subtraction problem. Here's your second answer. How long should that take? 20 seconds. Okay. And then finally for question 3, what kind of distribution is